Hello Pisces, welcome to Soul Good. I'm Amber Marie and this is your January 2023 Tarotscope. If you're curious about the decks that I'm using today, you can find a list of them in the description box below. You can also find links to my social media accounts as well as links to information on personal readings and the Soul Good membership channel on Telegram. There will also be a timestamp in the description if you would like to jump to the start of the reading. We are going to be looking at a lot of information this month, Pisces, so please remember that this is a collective reading, not a personal reading. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Let's jump in and see what you've got going on for you this month, Pisces. Please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, tell us about Pisces' theme for January 2023. Please. Tell us about Pisces' theme for January 2023. Thank you. Tell us, please, what does Pisces need to know to start the year off in alignment? Too many cards. Nice, clear message for Pisces, please. What does Pisces need to know to start the year off in alignment? Thank you. What are Pisces' opportunities for expansion this month, please? Thank you. Tell us, please, what does Pisces' soul want them to know? Okay, that one, yep. Thank you. And finally, what does God want Pisces to remember this month? Oh, wow. I love that for you, Pisces. That's beautiful. Let's get some clarity. Tell us more, please, about Pisces' theme for January 2023. Tell us, please, more. Okay. Tell us, please, about what Pisces needs to know to start the year off in alignment. What does Pisces need to know to start the year off in alignment? Okay, thank you. Tell us, please, what opportunities for expansion does Pisces have? What opportunities? Tell us more, please. What opportunities does Pisces have for expansion this month? Tell us more. Okay, thank you. Tell us more, please, about what Pisces' soul would like them to know. Tell us more, please, about what Pisces' soul would like them to know. It's these two right here. Okay. And finally, tell us more, please, about what God wants Pisces to remember. Tell us more, please, about what... Yep, thank you. That one too. Yep, okay. All right, let's take a look at your theme for this month, Pisces. You do have here memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. So I do feel here, Pisces, that this month for you may feel like it kind of goes without saying based on the card, right? But I feel like it could feel like a month of spiritual acceleration for you. That being said, you may have closed out or started this year out and maybe a kind of like a dark night of the soul, right? Maybe you went through some endings, some things that changed, right, as we closed the year out or as we started the year. And I feel like that's just for you to have the opportunity, Pisces, to be able to progress further, right? It's like, how do I word this? Yeah, and I also feel like there's some that, because with this technology, I'm getting that some of you may have gotten new information, right? And that could have been maybe in meditation, or maybe you had a prayer answered, or in a dream state, or, you know, some way, shape, or form, some form of new information came in where you were allowed to, or you are allowed to put some pieces together, right, to really bring forth some breakthroughs, right? It's like epiphanies, right? Like, oh, oh, right, like now I get it. Oh, or, you know, and sometimes that happens with us seeing things about ourselves. Sometimes it happens when someone says something to us that just, something just clicks, or maybe we see something and all of a sudden something just clicks for us, right? So I just feel like there could have been something like that. Something either prior to January or during January where this information comes in that allows you to essentially take whatever the next step is, right? Or causes something to click for you or fall into place for you, to make sense for you, right? What else do we have? Wow, Ace of Cups in the reverse. So it's interesting because there's, you know, Memories of Atlantis is about water, and as you can see in the picture there, that looks like water. And then you have the cups here, which is also a water or you know, symbol of water. And cups energy with here, and it's first of all, it's about emotions and spirituality and, you know, those sorts of things. And with this Ace of Cups in the reverse, it's essentially emptiness, right? So for some of you, I feel like maybe you've felt empty. Maybe you've experienced a period, right? Maybe it was before we came into 2023, or maybe it's through the first month here, where you feel a bit empty, where you feel and empty in the sense of like emotionally empty, right? Emotionally unfulfilled, like something is missing. Okay, and here's the thing, you guys, I want to lovingly say, I apologize, I think I just hit the mic. I want to lovingly say that you can have it all and still be empty, and still feel emotionally empty, or feel like something is missing. Okay? But I feel like if you've experienced this, right, I feel like, or if you're experiencing it through January, right, I feel like there's something that is taking place for you, so that you can, it's like you can see what really does bring you fulfillment. Does that make sense? It's almost like showing you what empty feels like, so you know how you want to be full. Or so that, yeah, that's kind of what the epiphany feels like. If I'm being honest, Pisces, it kind of feels like this epiphany of like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, it makes sense why that wouldn't be, or why that's something that would actually be what's fulfilling to me, right? Or, oh, it makes sense why I felt so empty because, right? Like, or why I haven't felt XYZ, right? Like, oh, I like this thing isn't actually what's bringing me fulfillment, or this experience, this path, this person, this whatever it is for you, fill in the blank, Pisces. But I feel like there's been something in your experience that has left you feeling, or that you thought maybe would bring you fulfillment or peace or something, but it hasn't. There's still something missing, right? And I feel like it's because you're meant to be seeing like what you actually feel to be true, like what's true about your feelings, right? What really brings you fulfillment, like what fills up your cup. I feel like whatever you've been experiencing recently has been to show you that, right? I hope that makes sense. I know I probably took the long way around for that one, but translating energy can be a challenge. I feel like this month is focusing on what is it that fills that cup? What is it that makes you feel fulfilled? What is it that makes you feel I keep getting the word full. I keep getting the word full because I feel like whoever this is for is because you've been feeling empty, or because God put you in a place where you're empty or feeling empty, because you're meant to be learning what it is you really want and learning how to be honest about that and to pursue it, right? To make progress towards that. And the technology, I feel like, is you could have been given a new piece of information, right? That like brings that together. That really brings it together. Let's take a look at what you need to know to start the year off in alignment. You have angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe and potent connection. For some of you, I feel like maybe January feels rough, right? For some of you. Maybe it feels really rough. And I'm not sure why that might be, right? But I feel like for some reason the you are safe part is standing out to me significantly, right? And maybe the fact that what really does bring you fulfillment coming to the surface, maybe that makes you feel unsafe, right? Because maybe these are things that you aren't sure how to navigate or have never experienced before, or something like that, or are unsure of, right? I just feel like there's something, the safe part is standing out to me big, and it really feels to me there's this element of like, I don't know how to trust myself, or maybe it's not even that you don't know how to trust yourself, but maybe it's more so that you're afraid to trust yourself, right? Because it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm afraid of that, right? I don't know how to explain it, because I feel like for some of you, you may have never like been in this space where you've been empty, or God has essentially been emptying you out so that you can figure out what it is that really is fulfilling to you. And I feel like that's like a scary place to be in, almost like a blank slate of sorts, to some degree. And I feel like that's a scary place to be in. And I feel like for some reason, the thing that you need to know to start the year off in alignment is that you are safe and it's okay. Take it how it resonates with you, but for whatever reason, that is the message I'm getting. Maybe you're going through some big life changes. Right? Some deep realizations. Like my head just started hurting. So like maybe there's a whole lot going on and you're like struggling to like wrap your head around everything, right? I just feel like there's a need to say, like, you are safe, right? It's okay to be experiencing what you're experiencing. I feel like I need to say, like, you're not alone as well. Let's see. Wow. Okay. You have the Nine of Swords here in reverse. So, right? Yes. And so here's the thing about the Nine of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay. So first of all, like, my stomach just growled like so loud. So loud. Okay. Which is interesting because it is just another sign of like that emptiness that I've been picking up on. Right? So literally what that is. But the Nine of Swords in the reverse is hope. It's hope. In the upright, this is a card of nightmares. This is a card of anxiety and trauma and being kept awake at night, right? Your thoughts are haunting you, essentially, right? In the reverse, it's about hope. It's about hope. And I think that it's interesting that this card comes out, right? When you have this, you are safe. Pisces, I feel like I need to say, like, you are safe, there's hope. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why. But I feel like that's what you need to know to start this year off in alignment. You are safe and there's hope. Also, Nine of Swords is like reach out for help or reaching out for help. And you have angels are here. Right? You can see that. So, you know, I feel like if you are feeling overwhelmed, ask for help. The angels are with you. You're not alone. Right? But even if you find that you aren't able to do that, right? You are safe. There is hope for whatever it is that you're experiencing. Whatever it is that's weighing on your mind, whatever it is that's, you know, whatever is that's there, there's hope and you're safe. You also have here the Mother of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This is an energy, or can be. Okay. So first of all, let me just say, let me tell you what these energies are typically, okay? So in the reverse, the Queen or Mother of Pentacles is an energy of like self-centeredness, jealousy, even like a smothering type of energy, right? Because in the upright, it's like, it's a mother figure. It's very nurturing, okay? So there's also, though, with this card, an energy in the reverse of essentially what I'm picking up on is like leaving your comfort zone, okay? In the upright, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very comfortable. She's resourceful, business savvy, right? Very patient. She's comfortable, okay? And if you look, she's got, even in this card, this doe here has this fawn sleeping on it, right? And so, and if any of you guys, maybe you've seen like a video on YouTube or it's happened to you, like when a baby's sleeping on you or an animal sleeping on you or your favorite person is sleeping on you, like you don't want to move because they're comfortable, right? Similarly, Pisces, with this card coming up in the reverse, like I'm getting this energy of you are safe. It's okay to be uncomfortable, right? It's okay. I feel like you are being put in a position to be uncomfortable for a reason. Because I feel like it's meant to be taking you away from whatever this nightmarish energy is that you've experienced. Right? Whatever this thing is that's been keeping you up at night. Like there's hope in moving on from that, but I feel like what you need to know is that you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's going to take you getting out of your comfort zone. Right? And you'll know what your comfort zone is, right? You'll know. What else do you have here? Yeah. Pisces, you have the Tower in reverse. Like I said, I feel like you may have been experiencing, you know, some sort of like emptiness or, you know, things maybe not really feeling the way that you would like them to or something, right? And here with the Tower in the reverse, this is avoidant type of energy. It's fear of change or suffering, right? It's fears. So again, I feel like what you need to know is that there's hope, but again, you've got to get out of your comfort zone, right? Got to stop avoiding what you know to be true. And I feel like that's what's going to put you in the best position to be in alignment to start this year. So we're going to be looking at now the opportunities that you have for expansion, Pisces, but I want to share with you that when I created this spread, I used the word opportunities very intentionally because this position or the cards in this position mean that in order to take an advantage of the opportunity, you have to be paying attention. You have to be looking for the opportunity, right? Willing to see the opportunity and then simultaneously willing to take action on the opportunity. So it is exactly as it says. It's an opportunity for you to expand if you choose to do so. So let's see what that opportunity is for you, Pisces. first one you have here is, yeah, crystal skull wisdom, clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. So you do have the opportunity here, Pisces, to gain clarity. Like I said, I feel like you could be getting some sort of important information, some sort of download, or, you know, some sort of piece that you were needing in order to move forward. So again, right, you have this opportunity here, but you have to be looking for that piece and willing to see it, right? Willing to accept, oh, that's what it is. Okay, right? And I do feel like there is healing taking place here around this as well, because again, like I've said, I feel like you've been put in a position to be empty so that you can find out what you want, what you need, or what is fulfilling to you, right? And I feel like you're able to gain clarity on this and gain healing on this throughout this month, if you choose to do so, if you choose to see things for what they are, if you choose to get uncomfortable, right? If you choose to, again, like I really am saying, like the words I want to say is choose to see, right? Is choose to see what you know to be true. Because I feel like whatever this is about, Pisces, like I do feel like there's some degree here of knowingness that you likely already had about whatever you found yourself in, right? There's a feeling of it, right? Almost as if it's like when you have like something stuck in your shoe, or something under the rug or the carpet, right? That's what it feels like. It's like, I know it's there. I know it's there. I just don't want to see it. I just don't want to like go digging around for it. Right? So again, there's an opportunity. You also have here stellar gateway activation, infinite potential, manifestation, vortex. So I feel like this goes along with the fact that, first of all, you're safe, right? And saying like there's so much room for potential here, Pisces. Like the opportunity here is grand, right? Should you choose to take advantage of it. I also feel like you are manifesting things, Pisces, even if you don't realize that that's what you're doing. And I do feel like there's an opportunity here for you to expand by being very intentional about what you're manifesting, right? Yeah, I feel like there's that opportunity for you to put that intention, that energy, that emotion behind what it is you want to manifest. Again, being very intentional, especially, I feel like in doing so, it does put you in this, for lack of better terms, this like optimal position as you start the year off, right? Which, I mean, there's a new moon as well. So take advantage, right? Again, opportunities. Yeah, I mean, there's fear coming up. My stomach is growling, like all of these things. I just feel like you're really being emptied out, Pisces, so that you can bring in what you really want. Like really want, like from your core, like the truth, right? The real truth. You also have here soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Yeah, like I said, Pisces, I do feel like this is about you saying like, or acknowledging, right? This is what I really want. This is what is really going to bring me fulfillment, right? Because I don't feel like it's about you being in this like state of lack where you like have nothing, Pisces, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel that way at all. I feel like it's more about you just being very, very honest about what it is that really brings you true fulfillment. Not fleeting satisfaction, not momentary fulfillment, right? Like I'm not talking like the fulfillment that's there for a day or a week or a couple of hours. Like I'm talking about the fulfillment that's lasting, right? The fulfillment that's going to bring joy. And I'm actually getting this like the terms I'm getting are like igniting this life force within you, right? And I feel like it comes with remembering who you are. And part of remembering who you are, Pisces, is getting clear about these things, right? And sometimes in order to get clear about them, we have to be rid of a lot of other things. What else do you have here for you? Yeah, the devil showing up. So for some of you, this is about, okay, I'm going to say this with so much love, Pisces, so much love. For some of you, this is about getting very clear, right, about what you're putting your time and your energy into. Because for some of you, you're putting your time and energy into things that are like, what are the words I'm looking for, please? It's like, again, that fleeting type of pleasure or fulfillment or satisfaction, right? The devil is a card often about addiction and hedonism and materialism and, you know, it's very much about these things that can have control over you in the physical world, right? And I feel like for some of you, this is about getting very clear with yourself, right? About these things that bring that kind of fleeting fulfillment or that fleeting satisfaction or that false sense of satisfaction, right? This is like momentary satisfaction, right? This is not lasting, again, like I was saying. So it's going to be up to you, right, Pisces, if you want to take the opportunity to expand past your egoic drives, past I mean, and this can also be like behaviors, stories, habits, things that you repeatedly tell yourself that essentially keep you prisoner, that have some sort of hold on you. Like these are things that I feel where your opportunities for expansion lie, but it's going to take you getting very honest about those things, right? And it's not about giving up, you know, all of the pleasures of life. Like you can still find pleasure in life outside of those things, right? Because it's like the things that have a hold over you, that control you, those are not healthy, right? Experiencing pleasure in life is healthy. You should be experiencing life. That's what you're here for, right? But doing so to your own detriment or to the detriment of other people, that's where the lines start to blur. That's where things, right? That's where things aren't so okay anymore. That's where you start to create karma. That's where, right? All these sorts of things. It's where the ground starts to get thin or rocky, right? So you also have here the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. So first of all, let me just say, like, the 8 of Pentacles, in another deck I have, there's a woman, right? And she has the moon phases above her head, and there's all these books and things around her, right? And essentially, it's being brought to my attention because the 8 of Pentacles is like working on yourself, for yourself, by yourself, right? But it's what the things that you're working on or toward, right, are things that you're passionate about. It's things that you are diligent about, right? And you focus on them because they're important to you, right? It's important for your growth. It's important for, right? And I feel like with this 8 of Pentacles showing up in the reverse for you, your opportunities for expansion come in finding the things, again, like I was saying before, that like ignite this fire within you, that bring you to life, that make you feel like there's this life force within you that gets you excited about life, right? Because the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse is like an uninspired, unmotivated, like no passion, type of energy, right? And I feel like the things, that physical world, like the focus on those things has sucked that out of you, Pisces. Right? Whatever it is you've been focusing your attention on, it's like been surface level shit. And I feel like it's like your opportunities for expansion go deeper than that, right? It's about remembering who you are beneath the surface. Yeah, emptying yourself out of all the things. Let's take a look at what your soul wants you to know, Pisces, for this month. Yeah, you have Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. So, here's the thing, Pisces, I feel like your soul's saying you have the opportunity to free yourself. And I'm going to just share with you. I was going to try to look for it, but I'd probably make a big old mess. In another deck, the devil is this man who has this other person on puppet strings, right? And this person looks miserable. This person is hunched over. This person has their head in their hands, right? And there's these puppet strings, and the devil's just, right? And here's the other crazy thing about this, Pisces, is in the reverse, the devil means freedom. Releasing things, gaining control back, right? And your soul's saying here, like, you have this opportunity to free yourself from these things, to write a new story, right? And it's safe to do this. I feel like I need to tell you that again. I don't know why, but it is safe for you to do this, right? But you have this opportunity to free yourself, Pisces. And for some of you, these stories that you're freeing yourself from, which, right, I was talking about how that devil has like that puppet, or that human or person that looks like a puppet. Some of these things that you're freeing yourself, Pisces, stem from these stories, or are these stories, right? These stories that you've built your life upon, built your life around, built your identity around. These are things that you're in a position to free yourself from, to write a new story, to have a new experience. I mean, and not only that, but here's the thing, like the ace it's like a new thing. It's a one. Ones are opportunities, beginnings, potential, right? You also have the Tower, which that is also an opportunity for something new. It's challenging outdated beliefs in the upright, right? It's breakthrough type of energy. You have the Three of Wands in the reverse. So this indicates obstacles, frustrations, delays even. And, your soul, I feel like, I feel like your soul's saying, like, you may find yourself feeling frustrated. You may find yourself facing these obstacles, because that's what happens when you start freeing yourself from shit that isn't yours, that you're not in alignment with. You are never in alignment with, right? To some degree. It's interesting. And because I feel like how do I word this? I'm a firm believer that you experience whatever it is for a reason. Sometimes you take the long way and you get caught up in the detours, but you obviously needed that, right? Because you chose it. So you had to learn something. There was something that you needed to learn there, right? Taking those detours, experiencing those frustrations. And that's what I feel like is coming through here for you. Like, yes, Pisces, maybe things have felt delayed and long and freaking challenging, and maybe you've been frustrated, but these things happen for a reason, right? You get put in these positions for a reason. There's something that you were meant to learn there. And maybe it's how to free yourself from whatever. Maybe it's to clear stories. Maybe it's to see certain things about yourself. Whatever it is, it's happened for a reason, right? the frustrations are for a reason, right? I feel that. And I feel like the frustrations could be like a motivating factor for you for some reason. Take it if it resonates. You have the Sun of Wands or Knight of Wands here in the reverse as well, right? So it's interesting because this Wands energy is Wands is literally energy, right? It's energy. And both of these being in the reverse, like I feel like there's been a lack of that, which would make sense, especially with that Ace of Cups in the reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Excuse me. I feel like you're being put in a position to like have to forcefully release things, right? Because I feel like the energy has been blocked. I actually feel like the energy has been blocked. And with the Knight of Wands in the reverse, that is an energy, or the Sun of Wands, of like anger or being impulsive. It can be a reckless type of energy as well. Not taking action, being fearful of taking action. And I feel like for some of you, the blocks you've experienced have been because you've been afraid to do what you know you need to do. Right? You've been unable to take whatever steps you know you need to take. Right? Or something to that effect. Maybe there's frustration because you've been dealing with anger, maybe for yourself, maybe for your experiences, right? But whatever it is, like, it's all happened for a reason. And I feel like some of the things that you're meant to be letting go of, Pisces. And I say this with so much love, and I feel this heavily on my heart right now as I'm connecting with the energy. So please know, like if I could, I would hug you. Okay. I feel like part of what you're releasing here, part of the stories that you're clearing and what your soul wants you to know is that it has to do with the frustrations that you've experienced in your life, the experience that you've had in your life, which has left you feeling angry, right? Anything that has left you feeling angry and frustrated. I feel like these are stories that you're meant to be leaving behind. And I feel like that's what your soul wants you to know. Right? These stories that make you afraid. Because in the upright, the Sun of Wands or Knight of Wands is fearless. Right? And that's not to say that being afraid is it's like weak or like it happens. We've all been fucking afraid. It is what it is. Right? But like, I feel like there have been things that you've experienced, right? And for whatever reason, it's left you frustrated, and I feel angry, and I feel like a lot of it is pointed towards yourself. And I feel like some of the frustration and anger comes from the fact that, again, like I said, for yourself, but I feel like it's because of I feel like some of the things have put you in positions to do impulsive things, right? Perhaps out of anger or frustration or fear. And, you know, I feel like this is something that you're overcoming. I feel like this is something that you could potentially be working through, that your soul is showing you, right? Let's see here. What does God want you to remember this month, Pisces? Yes, I remember you. Yes, I love this card for you, especially in this position, right? Because, again, this is what God wants you to remember or to keep in mind as you move through the month. And you have here the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, and God incidences. So first of all, let me just lovingly say to you, Pisces, that I feel God is talking to you. angels are talking to you through those synchronicities, through those God incidences, or maybe you call them coincidences, right? God, like, you're being guided, you are being given information, you're being shown certain things that are relevant to your path, relevant to your happiness, to your truth, right? And I do feel like for some of you, these are just confirmations of what you already know. Like the synchronicity showing up, right? I feel like it would be something like, oh, I was just thinking about that. And then it like pops up on a commercial or in a song, or somebody says something about it, right? Or, oh, I was just, you know, I don't know, whatever it is. I just feel like the synchronistic events or circumstances, situations that you've experienced through this month, I feel like is God saying to you or reminding you, like, you're not alone, right? You're being shown. You're being guided. You're not alone. You're never alone, right? I mean, and again, that shows up not only with this Divine Matrix card, but also with this angelic frequency, and the angels are here, right? You have so much support, Pisces. You have the Lovers here in reverse. Yes, it's good. God's saying you're going to have to make some decisions. The Lovers is a card of choices, right? It's a card of choices. It's also the number 6, which is about harmony, healing, right? So there's somewhere where I feel like God is saying, like, you know what choice you need to make, because I feel God has been showing you, Pisces, right? But I feel like it's going to take your cooperation. Like, you actually have to choose what you know to be true for you, what you know to be best for you, what you know to be in alignment with you, what you know is going to bring you harmony. Because that's what 6s are. Alignment, harmony, right? It's also a number of adjustments, which is what makes me believe that, you know, you have to be willing to make choices. Right? And again, I feel like God's showing you what those choices, which choices are most in alignment with you. I feel like you're being shown them. Damn, you have the Emperor here in the reverse as well. So there's a lot of major arcana here for you, Pisces. So I do feel that you're likely to be experiencing, again, this spiritual acceleration, this big growth process through January, right? Emperor in reverse is an energy of chaos. Or, well, let me rephrase, it can be an energy of chaos, right? It can also be an energy of anger, again, right? So, like I was saying, like, I feel like, here's the other thing about the Emperor, okay? The Emperor is someone who is in that natural masculine energy. Okay, and a natural masculine energy, because the Emperor does represent the masculine or the father energy. Okay, the Emperor in the reverse is essentially, or let me rephrase, in the upright, is somebody who's very confident, assertive, very decisive. They know exactly what they want. They are not afraid of themselves, right? They are able to create boundaries. They're able to express themselves, able to support others and themselves, right? They're confident. What are some other? Determined, again, like decisive, right? These sorts of energies. It's very, there's a beautiful balance between that heart and that headspace, right? There's a beautiful balance in the Emperor of confidence and support, right? Not arrogance and like belittling or abuse, or, right? It's somebody who's building their empire on very firm foundations, very clear foundations, right? And so in the reverse, the Emperor is like the opposite. It's somebody who, you know, maybe doesn't feel very confident in themselves, struggles to make decisions, struggles to create boundaries, right? Isn't very assertive about what they want. And I feel like also, again, the Emperor can be angry, and it can be chaotic, right? And I feel like, okay, so for some of you, I feel like seeing the synchronicity makes you angry, because I feel like for some of you, it's like, okay, I freaking know. Thank you again for telling me. Okay. For others of you, I feel like for whatever reason, maybe the how do I word this? It's like maybe not struggling to find the confidence to make the decision that you need to make, right? And maybe that comes from, you know, something that happened previously or something. But I feel like I feel like you know what you need. I feel like you know the choice you need to make, Pisces. And when it gets down to the nitty gritty of things, I feel like what God is saying is like, you know the choice you need to make, right? And I feel like it's like there's a need to be confident, right? And to assert what you know to be true. Does that make sense? Gosh, I hope that makes sense. You also have here the Father of Swords, or the King of Swords, which Pisces, this is an energy of being very truthful with yourself. Okay? The King of Swords is incredibly truthful. Incredibly truthful. And I feel like, again, I feel like you know the truth, Pisces. Like I said, I really can't say anymore. I feel like God is saying, like, you know the truth. You know your truth, Pisces. Right? And I feel like the synchronicity is just adding more to that. You've just been unable to decide what you want to do, or you've been unable to move. The Chariot is a card of movement, right? And here it's in the reverse. So really, I feel like Pisces, in order for things to get moving, in order for things to start moving, I feel like God is saying you have to make some decisions. You have to be to make decisions confidently about what you want and be truthful with yourself in order to get things moving. Like, you have to actually create movement, right? The Chariot is also in the reverse an energy of like losing your way, losing the will to keep, like, you know, losing the willpower or the will to move, to make those decisions, to put the work in, to keep going, right? It's kind of that type of energy. It can also, it can also be like a loss of like discipline, lack of discipline. But I really feel, Pisces, for you that this is an energy more about like losing your way, right? I feel like it's about losing your way a bit. And I also feel like it's about like losing your way. And then also for some of you, or maybe everyone, right? Maybe everyone will relate to this. Like losing the will, right? Because I feel like some of you could have taken on this very like defeated type of energy. Because in the upright, the Chariot can also be this card of like success, right? And so in the reverse, I feel like there's this like kind of defeated type of energy. And so, you know, I feel like some of you kind of like maybe just have given up a bit. But you know what God is saying, you know the choices that need to be made, right? And I feel like if you tell yourself the truth and get moving, like then maybe, or if you tell yourself the truth, I feel like that's like one step to get things moving. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Pisces, I feel like January for you is a month of incredible growth, or at least the opportunity for it, right? It does seem like it may, you know, take a bit of elbow grease in the sense of getting down in the mud and muck of your soul and really being honest about how you feel, what you feel, and who you truly are, and what's really going to make you happy, and then asserting those things, right? I feel like it's likely not going to be easy, but it isn't impossible, and you absolutely do have the support available to you to help you move through it, should you be willing to take advantage of it. Not only are the angels helping you and guiding you and leading you, but also God is showing up saying, I'm showing you the steps, I'm showing you what you know to be true already. If you could just make a decision, if you could just confidently move towards what it is you want, towards your truth, right, we could get this ball rolling. And that's how I really see this. And I hope that, you know, in this you found something that's been valuable or helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it has, please do the YouTube thanks by liking, sharing, subscribing, or smashing that YouTube button, or smashing that subscribe button and commenting. My gosh, I'm so sorry. Again, thank you so much for being here. It truly has been an absolute pleasure to read for you. I pray that your month is full of courage, Pisces. Courage to make the choices that you feel are best for you while following what you know to be true in your heart, that's going to bring you to a space of beautiful happiness, fulfillment, and joy. Have an incredible, incredible month. Take care of your beautiful soul, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.